The tension
Hailey, are
between
you worried
Selena,
about
Justin,
Selena?
and Hailey
That Justin might
isn't
get back
just
with
heating
Selena?
up, it's starting to
And
feel
things will be
deeply
over for
personal.
Jaylee?
This time, it's not just
So
headlines
lame,
or
bro.
fan
Like, you know
theories.
all that information
It's
is
real
so
emotion
lame.
bleeding through
It's
music,
actually
body
crazy.
language, and
Could
social
you have
media.
released it?
Selena
moment
just
you
dropped
felt
her
it?
new
Or would that have been
album,
too
and
hard?
while the
Absolutely.
music itself
Too
is
tough, right?
captivating,
Yeah, that wouldn't
it's Justin's
happen.
reaction that's
It took
raising
me a long time
eyebrows.
to get through it. So
Not because he said
now
anything
it's-
publicly, but
now it's
because his
fine. Like,
silence
I'm
speaks
fine.
volumes. And Hailey? She's clearly not okay with what's happening. It's not about the lyrics themselves, it's about the way Justin's been acting since those songs went live. The man she married seems caught in someone else's emotional storm. What's worse? This isn't the first time Justin's passed. With Selena has resurfaced, but this time it feels different. Sharper, like the wound was never fully closed. Justin has always acknowledged Selena's importance in his life, even after everything ended. In interviews, in music, in the quiet spaces between the headlines, he's never fully shut that door. And Hailey? She's always known this. She walked into a marriage where the ghost of a past love still lingered in the corner of every room. But now that Selena's album is out and some of those tracks feel like letters written straight to Justin, it's becoming harder and harder to pretend it doesn't hurt. And according to insiders, Justin hasn't just listened to the album, he's been playing it on repeat, getting emotional, getting quiet, getting distant. And for Hailey, that's more than a red flag, it's a reminder. A reminder that maybe, just maybe, the past isn't as buried as they both wanted it to be. Selena's album made with Benny Blanco is called I Said I Love You First, and it's not just trending. It's erupting. This isn't just another breakup album. It's a confessional booth wrapped in melody. Fans aren't just listening, they're decoding. And many of them are convinced these lyrics aren't general heartbreak, they're memories. Memories of Justin. The words are raw. The emotion is unmistakable. And the chemistry between Selena and Benny on the tracks? It's not just musical, it's personal. They sound like two people who've walked through pain and found each other on the other side. Now, here's where things start unraveling. But moment this album dropped, Justin's Instagram shifted. Suddenly, he's posting cryptic thoughts about inner struggles, anger, and needing to grow. Posts filled with vague phrases and emotional undertones, just vague enough to hide behind, but just transparent enough for fans to connect the dots. It felt like he wasn't reacting publicly, but emotionally, and fans saw straight through. The timing wasn't subtle. It screamed response. Meanwhile, Hailey has been moving too fast, liking every post, leaving sweet comments, trying to hold the narrative together. But it doesn't feel like love. It feels like management. Like she's racing to control a PR storm before it spills into chaos. She's reacting like someone who doesn't just support her husband, she's monitoring him, watching his every digital move, making sure the world doesn't see what she's probably seeing behind closed doors. And then Justin posted another message. This time it said he didn't want to change who he is just to make others happy. That sounds honest, right? Except this came right after he claimed he was working on himself. So which is it? Self-growth or silent defiance? Fans couldn't help but wonder, was that message really about his journey? Or was it a quiet jab at Hailey, who's clearly struggling to keep things stable in public? On the other side of the screen, Selena and Benny are glowing, celebrating the album, basking in support and radiating ease. The contrast between their relationship and Justin's emotional tailspin could not be more obvious. It's like watching two completely different movies, one a love story, the other a slow unraveling. And fans? They've been watching like hawks, especially Hailey's behavior. Every time Justin posts something cryptic, she's there, reacting almost instantly. It's not just supportive, it's strategic. She's painting the picture of a happy couple. But it's starting to feel like a performance. Like she's doing everything she can to scream we're okay while behind the scenes things may be crumbling, and it's become a pattern. Selena drops a song, and almost like clockwork, Justin posts something vague and deeply emotional. The fans? They've noticed. Many are convinced he's still haunted by the memories he refuses to name. One person on X said it plainly, Justin's been falling apart online since the song dropped. How's it feel to be replaced? Harsh? Maybe, but it echoes a growing belief that Justin hasn't fully let go. And it's making Hailey visibly uncomfortable. And then came the song that hit like a gut punch. Don't want to cry, it didn't just tug at emotions, it ripped them wide open. The lyrics? Raw, heartbreaking, personal. It's not hard to imagine Selena sitting down to write those words with tears still drying on her cheeks. Fans instantly match the lyrics to real-life moments. Every line felt like a time stamp on their painful history. Justin hasn't said a word about the track, but his behavior since, it speaks volumes. The erratic posts, the sudden mood swings. The way his tone keeps shifting between regret and resentment. All of it suggests one thing: this song got under his skin. And people are saying it's not just a good track, it's a chapter from a love story that refuses to end, with Justin and Hailey stuck in the middle of it. And as the emotional fallout spreads, "Don't Want to Cry" keeps echoing in the background. Selena and Benny? They've moved on. Their album is glowing, filled with chemistry, vulnerability, and the joy of a relationship that feels grounded. Two artists making music that reflects where they are now, happy, at peace, in sync. But across the digital divide, Justin and Hailey are struggling to hold steady under a spotlight that won't dim. The more Justin reacts, the more the cracks start to show. Every cryptic caption, every melancholic post-it adds fuel to a fire that Hailey's clearly trying to put out. Fans are analyzing every comment, every emoji she drops under his posts. Is it love or damage control? Either way, it's exhausting to watch. Because when Justin shares a post about not wanting to change who he is just to please others, right after saying he's working on himself, it's confusing. Maybe even pointed. Was it aimed at Hailey? At Selena? At himself? No one knows for sure. But what people do know is that Selena and Benny are busy creating joy. Justin, on the other hand, is creating headlines. And while Selena and Benny are out there smiling, glowing, genuinely soaking up this moment in their lives, Justin is spiraling. Instead of silence, instead of moving on, he's throwing what fans are calling digital tantrums. And where's Hailey in all this? Most likely, she's behind the scenes trying to keep the pieces from falling apart again. Imagine this. You're building a family. You've put years into a marriage. You've fought off hate, rumors, constant comparisons. And just when you think you're in the clear, your husband starts posting shade about his ex-fiancée's engagement. In public, for millions to see. It's not just embarrassing. It's exhausting. And the emotional weight of it all? It's visible. People close to the situation say Hailey's tired. Tired of being secondhand collateral in Justin's endless war with his past. Tired of smiling through it. Tired of pretending that memes don't mean anything. She thought she married a man ready to move forward. Instead, she's stuck watching him crumble every time Selena drops a song. It's not just the fans who see it. The secondhand embarrassment? It's real. And while Hailey keeps the surface calm, posting polished photos, attending events, doing interviews behind closed doors, it's probably a different story entirely. Because this isn't just a PR problem. This is personal, and it's not just about old love anymore. It's about trust. About being the woman someone married only to realize they might still be emotionally anchored to someone else. That kind of emotional ghost, it haunts a relationship. Especially when that ghost drops an album that cracks your husband open like a confession booth. While Selena's lyrics are healing her and lifting her fans, they're also breaking someone else. And the worst part? Hailey's watching it happen in real time, knowing the world sees it too. This isn't a love triangle anymore. It's a slow-motion heartbreak that Hailey never asked to star in, and it's not just about the past anymore. It's bleeding into their present, into every moment that should feel secure. Hailey's probably asking herself, if he's still reacting like this to her music, where do I stand? That's not jealousy. That's survival. When your partner keeps glancing backward, you start to wonder if you're just a placeholder for someone they lost but never let go of. Justin's emotional spiral. Those cryptic posts, the memes, it's all speaking louder than any public statement. And the silence for *and Hailey? That's starting to speak volumes too. Maybe she's tired. Maybe she's bracing for the fallout. Or maybe she's preparing to walk away from a man still chasing a ghost with a Spotify playlist. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit sometimes: love doesn't end when the relationship does. It lingers in music, in memories, in the way someone flinches when they hear your name. And Justin? He's still flinching. Still feeling. Still caught between the woman who once broke his heart and the one he promised forever to. That's not fair to Hailey. It's not fair to Selena. And it's not fair to himself. This triangle isn't about who's better or who won. It's about what's unresolved. About the wounds that were never clean, just covered up with matching tattoos and staged photos. And now that Selena's finally telling her side openly, musically, without apology, everything Justin tried to bury is bubbling up again. Messier, louder, and way too public. And maybe that's why this all feels so raw right now. Because for the first time, Selena isn't being quiet. She's not just hinting, she's telling. And Justin, whether he realizes it or not, is responding. Like someone who's still haunted by a ghost he never made peace with. Hailey, she's stuck trying to keep the present from falling apart while the past keeps screaming through every post, every lyric, every look. This isn't just celebrity gossip, it's a real emotional mess, playing out for millions to witness. And if you feel a little secondhand heartbreak, you're not alone. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Drop a comment, do. You think Justin's still in love with Selena? Or is this just a case of old wounds reopening? Hit that like button if this breakdown gave you chills. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. We've got a lot more tea coming, trust me, you won't want to miss it. This triangle isn't about who's better or who won. It's about what's unresolved. About the wounds that were never clean, just covered up with matching tattoos and staged photos. And now that Selena's finally telling her side openly, musically, without apology, everything Justin tried to bury is bubbling up again. Messier, louder, and way too public. And maybe that's why this all feels so raw right now. Because for the first time, Selena isn't being quiet. She's not just hinting, she's telling. And Justin, whether he realizes it or not, is responding. Like someone who's still haunted by a ghost he never made peace with. Hailey, she's stuck trying to keep the present from falling apart while the past keeps screaming through every post, every lyric, every look.